Welcome everyone to the Tactical Tavern. I'm your host Tomas Alas, and in this video we are reviewing the brand new WE designed by Gavko knives. We're going to see exactly what this knife collaboration has to offer to find out if it is right for your everyday carry, outdoor adventure, or next tactical mission. With that being said, let's cut right into it. This new WE collab with Gavko knives comes in with an overall length of 6.98 inches. Personally, I consider this more of a Wharncliffe blade shape. However, listed on a few different websites, it says Tanto or reverse Tanto. Honestly, tomato, I think it is a really cool blade shape. On the top of this blade, you'll also notice that harpoon blade shape, so that way you can lock your thumb in, and towards the bottom end of this knife, there's also a generous choil. The handles on this blade are a bronze titanium, and I really love how they are sculpted and contoured to facilitate a very comfortable grip. These handle scales are very refined, and it also aids in a smooth deployment and reinsertion into the pocket for any sort of everyday carry cutting tasks. It keeps this knife accessible and readily deployable. Deploying this knife is quite easy with the dual thumb studs, and it also locks into place with an integral frame lock that does have a steel lock bar insert to maximize the life of your knife. This knife also features quite a well-designed pocket clip offering medium ride height. However, it is only for tip-up right-hand carry only. I do wish that it had a left-handed option, but I get it does take away from the show side of this knife, but still, left-handed carry, guys, come on. That being said, after getting this out of your pocket, you're met with a very smooth deployment, and I do like that you can slowly open this with the thumb studs. You can give it a flick for a little bit of a faster open. You can, of course, spidey flick it or middle finger flick it, and you can also do a weighted drop. That lines you right up for any sort of package opening needs. This knife has a very beautiful heft to it, so you know it's there, but it's not overly heavy, coming in with a weight of 3.49 ounces. When I looked up Gavko custom knives, it absolutely made sense. This is a similar version to one of their custom knives that they offer. If you've been a fan of Gavko knives but have not been able to purchase a knife because of the high price point for their customs or extremely long wait times, this gives you an affordable platform that you can get into that knife design and enjoy some of the features that it has to offer. Some things I really enjoy about this knife are the unconventional lines. I feel that in the knife community, sometimes knives start to look kind of like each other. This is completely different and has a very unique look to it. Also, with this design and the blade grind, this is one of the sharpest knives I have ever received out of the box. Now, that being said, because it is so thin behind the edge, the choil can sort of bite into the finger if you're doing any sort of extended cutting period tasks. But that being said, you can absolutely use it for any sort of quick deployments, such as opening a package or slicing through some rope or packaging. This is not going to be a problem and is very comfortable and ergonomic. Just for a reference, so you can see the difference between the choils, I have a big banter here and the WE. That way you can kind of get a better idea of how thin this choil is. It's not bad in any sense because you definitely get that slicing performance, but I will say that the big banter is just slightly more comfortable for prolonged period cutting tasks. For anyone with larger hands, or if you're going to be using this with gloves, I would be a little bit cautious and recommend something maybe with a little bit of a larger handle, such as the new WE Evoke. That being said, the trade-off on this is a very compact and classy design that you can carry around with you, especially if you have any sort of smaller pockets or hands, and that blade geometry works great as a mini chef's knife. For any sort of EDC cutting task, this thing melts through cardboard, plastics, especially those blister packages that are usually a pain. This thing makes easy work of those. Again, that has a razor sharp edge geometry. For any sort of outdoor field use, I have found that this thing makes excellent feather sticks quite quickly. However, because it is quite angular, it's not the best for extended carving tasks, but it can get the job done. While looking at this in a tactical setting or personal defense role, I was gonna pass up and say it couldn't be used at that, and then I pulled out the Yojimbo and realized that it has a lot of similarities with that tip forward extreme slashing capability, and it's also compact and concealable, so it will be on you when you may need it most. In a pinch, it can absolutely get that job done, but for me, in a tactical setting, I really want something with a little bit of a larger handle and slightly more grip, just to ensure I have that traction where I may need it for any of those hard use situations. Now, while on the same note of a personal protection tool, in the closed position, it is quite thin, so you can cap it with a thumb notch there, and with that angular pointy butt end, it can certainly drive the point across for any sort of impact work, and again, quickly accessible if you need any sort of additional slicing capabilities. At the time of this review, you can find this knife around $245, and I honestly think that's a pretty good value, especially if you are a big fan of the Gavko custom knives. This will get you into that platform with similar cutting capabilities at a much more reasonable price point than those customs. I would be semi-cautious though for anyone with those large hands. You may enjoy something with a little bit more handle length, such as the Big Banter or the new WE Evoke. This being said, I absolutely absolutely love this design. It's unique and the geometry is superb, especially with that razor sharp grind. I've said it earlier, I'm gonna say it again, this is the sharpest knife I have received out of the box. I feel that those interested in this knife will certainly enjoy that custom feel that this knife delivers on, especially with those high performance blade steels and amazing geometry. This comes in with a lot of slicing performance. Do me a favor and let me know what are your thoughts on this new hyphen designed by Gavko and Wheat Knives. If you enjoyed this video or you found it helpful in any way, please make sure to drop a like, share, and subscribe, as it does help grow the channel and ensures that you won't miss future gear reviews helping you upgrade your own everyday carry with gadgets, gear, and unique accessories. While you're there, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Tactical Tavern to get a behind the scenes look at new gear, upcoming giveaways, and fun interactive polls. With that being said, my name is Tomas Alas. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And remember, be prepared, be practical, stay tactical.